Erased is weird. Back in 2016, when it aired, I was basically watching anything. I think I watched like almost every seasonal that year, just to have something to do. And I didn't think much of Erased at the time. Like, the opening's good, but that's just because I like the song. And the ending of the show notoriously has been lauded as not very good. So going into the rewatch for this video, it was I didn't have high hopes. I mean, the only reason it's on the list at all is because I needed something winter themed for January. Because it's too soon to go into, like, romance for February. And there's not that many, like, full-on winter-themed anime. So I kind of just threw it in there because it's something I've seen and kind of wanted to rewatch. But, I'm happy to say that it did live up. It exceeded my expectations. I did not take a break the entire time I rewatched it. I watched the whole thing in one sitting. It absolutely has its flaws, and I'll get into them. So let's start with the plot. The plot, once you take away the like whole time travel thing, it's fairly basic. I am gonna spoil it, so this is your chance to go watch it right now. Come back in the 4 hours it takes. And even though I'm going to be spoiling like major plot points, I won't tell you who the killer is, because that's part of the fun of the show. So you can solve that yourself. But it's all fairly simple. The main character, his name's Satoru. He's 29. He works at a pizza place. He goes back in time sometimes, just randomly. It's never explained, he just goes, it's a thing that I can do. Or no, he doesn't go, it's a thing that I can do, he goes, it's a thing that happens to me. Basically, he gets sent back in time, like, at most a few minutes, whenever something bad is gonna happen. And he only gets to go forward in time, I guess, if he fixes it, I think. They don't explain it super well. And the only other thing to note about Satoru is that when he was 11, he was like 5th or 6th year in school, 3 kids in his hometown got murdered by a serial killer. But don't worry guys, they got him for sure. They absolutely arrested the correct guy and he wasn't framed at all. And it starts out with Satoru's mom coming to visit, and he has one of his, like, he calls them revivals in like the parking lot of a Tesco. And they end up stopping this kid from getting kidnapped, and the mom is like, oh my god, that's the guy. He killed those kids back in '88. And then the killer gets her, just in his apartment. Satoru comes home, his mom's dead on the floor, and oh, well, he's got blood on his hand now. And then the landlady shows up and is like, oh my god, you killed your mom, that's so fucked up. The cops are called really fast, probably because the killer called them. And if you think Satoru is gonna make the correct decision and just like go, guys, it wasn't me, no, instead he runs away. But while he's running away, his fucking, I don't even want to call it his ability, the thing that happens to him triggers, and he gets sent 18 years in the past back to fucking 11 years old in school. And so he's like, okay, cool, I'm gonna save my friends. Or they're not even his friends. He's like, okay, cool, I'm gonna save these like 3 kids who get killed and hopefully catch the killer, so that the killer doesn't kill my mom 18 years in the future. And that's what he does, essentially. And he's got his own little like, group of goons. You know, he's got Specs, the big guy, Hiromi, who's one of the potential victims, and then Kenya, my goat. Literally, I think that's in my notes like 7 times. It's just Kenya, my goat. The first victim, her name's Kaya. He immediately is like, well, she goes first, so if I can stop her from dying, maybe I can stop the other ones from dying. So the way he goes about it is like, I'm gonna be your friend, actually. So he befriends them. Like, he befriends Kaya. Turns out they have the same birthday, so he's like, I can get her to go to my birthday party instead of going home where her parents beat her. Then she won't be killed. Which is a decent plan. Unfortunately, he does fail. She gets to go to the birthday party, but as soon as she goes home, their parents beat her, and then she's outside. Or she gets like put in like the shed, which is fucked up to do. And from there, the killer is able to get her, and she's gone. And of course, this devastates Satoru. He's like, oh no, I fucked up. And then he gets flashed back to the present, which I didn't know his ability could do, because every other time he's ended up in like the hospital, or time would just go on, but I guess because it's an 18-year gap, it's strange. It's never explained. But he goes back to the present, and the police are still after him because I think he killed his mom. Thankfully, his 17-year-old coworker, I promise her age will be important later. I didn't just bring that up for no reason. Is like, dude, I believe you. I don't think you did it. And she like hides him away and gives him a little pep talk. Apparently small town beef is crazy because like someone accused her dad of stealing and then the whole town shunned him. He even got divorced because of it. But he gets his pep talk, he talks to some like reporter guy, and he's like, you know what happened to that Kaio kid? It's crazy, she died at 11. He's like, wait, 11? But when I looked at the news before, she died before her birthday. And he's like, yeah. So strange, it was like the day, it was her birthday too, it's fucked up. He's like, oh, I made a difference. I could do it, I could change the present. So, he like, I guess runs away from the cops again. Meets up with his work wife. She's like, I don't know what's going on, but I believe in you. Then the cops show up and they got the fucking man catchers and everything. They're like, they're gonna get him. So the whole friend group comes together. Who's left? Because Kaio, she gets like taken away by CPS, which a good ending. She gets to get out of there. But everyone else is like, no, don't worry, man. We got this. We're all like super cool and awesome friends. So they do this like elaborate thing where he like goes to the hockey game. And basically, he fucking stalks her and makes sure she doesn't get got by Mr. Killer. And it mostly works. Until Mr. Killer uses her as bait to catch Satoru. He gets him in the car. Or gets him in a car. He's like, don't worry, buddy, I'll give you a ride home. We can go get her. We're gonna catch her right now. And after he gets him buckled in, which it points out that the buckle doesn't work very well. He basically explains the whole thing. He's like,
oh my god! Oh, I did it! I did it!
He's like, man, it sucks you stopped me from killing those kids. I was almost there too. Every time you were right there. In my way. And you basically watch this guy like crash out about being stopped by a literal child. As he's like, man, it's crazy, this car's a rental, huh? Unmistakable, a fucking unique make and model. Nothing special about it. Be a shame if it were to like drop into the river right now. But before I drive you into the fucking, before we put you in the drink, how'd you do it? I mean, how did you anticipate my every move? And Satoru's like, I'm not gonna tell you that. But meanwhile, he's like frantically trying to get out of the seatbelt. And it works. The killer gets him in the drink. It drives him right into the river. He's sinking in the fucking ice floes. And then Satoru yells out like the dumbest shit. I think he's like, I know your future. And apparently that's enough to get the killer to be like, wait a minute, what's that mean? So I think it doesn't explain this, because at this point, this is the point where we get into how the show ends. This is where the anime catches up to the manga, and they kind of just have to make shit up for how it ends. I think they like talk to I don't know how it works. I think they talk to the author about it. It's like, how would this end? And he's like, you go like this, this, and this. But they only had 2 episodes to wrap all this up, so it gets kind of rushed. And I think the killer's the one who saves Satoru from being fucking drowned in the river. I think. I don't really know. But Satoru is in a coma for 15 years. Not 18, 15. We're in 2003 now. And he finally wakes up. Oh, and the episode where he starts in the coma is actually really cool. Not because of the episode itself, but because the opening actually removes him from the entire thing. Like, all of the scenes in the opening are the same, but Satoru's not there. It's very cool. But, he wakes up, he doesn't remember anything, he's in the hospital doing PT. There's this girl, she has like leukemia or something. And all of his friends are back, they're like, dude, it's so good to see you awake and alive. Don't worry, we lived enough for you too, man. Like Kenya's back, he's a lawyer. Hiromi's back, he's a doctor. He also got married to Kaya, which is cute. And basically all his friends are alive and well. He saved everybody. His mom's alive. It's a big win. But when I mean that everyone is back, I unfortunately mean everyone. And by that I mean the killer is also there. And eventually, Satoru remembers. And he's like, oh dude, we gotta stop this guy. And I know just how to do it. Let me be alone with him. And the ending's not bad. It just feels... It's kind of like LaCroix. It's because when you drink a LaCroix, you know it was made like near a fruit. The ending is like if someone like was writing it near the author of ERASED, you know? It just feels muted and it kind of lacks depth. Like sure, everybody gets to be happily ever after type shit. But compared to like the rest of the show, it's not very good. I'm fine with it. In terms of like how the manga ends, everybody still lives they all live happily ever after. A lot of the stuff is similar, but it's just very rushed and like the final confrontation's different. It's not the worst. I wouldn't say it deserved the hate that it got at the time. But at the very end, and this is why I said the coworker's age would be important later. We flash forward to 2010. Satoru's like 33 now. He's a big successful mangaka now. I love when mangaka make their main character a mangaka. It's very funny. But he goes out for a walk, which we all know mangakas don't do. And he gets to meet up with the coworker girl from the start of the show, the pizza girl. But this time, she's 21 and not a child, which I guess is better than any of the other options, if they even get together at all. But that's how it ends. It's fine. But side note, there isn't any explicit romance in the show, and I do have to hand it to Satoru when he's in child mode. Any thoughts he has about Kaio, because they get close, they become like good friends. He immediately shuts down. He's like, dude, you're 29. And I really respect that out of him. He's not a cradle robber. And while the 13-year age gap is hella weird, don't get me wrong, at least in the ending, he has had no interaction with this girl whatsoever. They both meet as adults, and they can do whatever they want. Does it look weird? Absolutely. I won't condone the 21-33 relationship because they're at different stages in life. But they're both consenting adults, I guess, and that they can do whatever they want. But that's even if they end up together at all. They never explicitly say, it's just more like, oh, they meet up, it's cute. The characters are really good. I like the character writing, it's done very well. Everybody feels deep, except for Satoru sometimes. He feels kind of one note, which is kind of funny because he's a 29-year-old and a 10-year-old's like brain. But he's mostly just like, I'm gonna save these people. Everybody's designed well. It's good. They're all good. The gaggle of goons are fine. The villain, it plays his part perfectly. Like, if you don't know the signs, you won't expect him to be the villain. The mom, she looks good at 52 and 34. And also, she's my goat. One of the smartest people in the show. I already talked about how Kenya's my goat. Everyone's fine. They lose a little bit of characterization in the ending because of the speedrun 80% 2 episodes they had, but for the most of it, they're all fine. Now, the soundtrack is god tier. The OST, like the background music, it's done by Yuki Kajiura. They did Fate and Sword Art Online, and they absolutely bring their A game. The fucking background music, it never sticks out in like a bad way. It's very good. It fits well. Very nice. The vibes are immaculate. Oh, the ED's great. I like the ED. Now the opening. The opening is absolutely the best part of the show, hands down. Riri by Asian Kung Fu Generation is an absolute banger. Unironically, I listened to this song before the show came out. This song came out in 2004. I heard about it in basically right when I started watching anime. So like 2013. I had been listening to it for like 3 years before the show came out. And I did not skip the opening once either time I've seen this show. It's so good. It's so good. It's in my top 10 songs of all time. Not anime songs, just songs in general. It's that good. I love that song. And if you want to listen to it for yourself, listen to the single version. It's the best version of the song. If it doesn't have the 2 minutes of guitar intro, I'm not listening. It's so good. Visuals are all passable. It's done by A1 Pictures. They do a good job. It's not an action-heavy show. You're not going to get like Mappa animated fights. I think there's like 3 punches thrown throughout the entire thing. But everybody looks good. There's a lot of food. The food looks good. Everything looks fine. There are some CG cars. They show up a lot later though. And they kind of stick out, but it's just like CG cars. It's kind of just this was what anime looked like in 2016. The OP and ED both have really great visuals. The ED is a little simple, but it's really good. And the OP is really nice. I love the theater and like the wave coming through the hallway. Very cool visuals for the opening and ED. You know, despite all its flaws, I think the reason I like Erased as much as I do, and wanted to rewatch it, was how they saved the victims of the serial killer in the past. Because yes, Satoru could have been like, guys, he's gonna show up at this point, around this time. Us 4 and some rocks, we could get him. 4 11-year-olds with some rocks could fuck anyone up. Or they could have called the police. And they could have done anything else. Instead, they decide that the way they're gonna save these kids is by making them not good targets. They're not gonna let them be alone, isolated. it's kind of illogical, because especially after the first reset when he fails, he knows when and how Kaio dies. He could have easily just called the police and had them get the guy when he comes to like pluck her out of the shed. But instead, when he runs it back, he decides we're not going to do that. Instead, we're gonna kidnap Kaio. We're gonna get her taken away by CPS, and she's gonna live a good life. And then the other victims, he just genuinely, like the friend group just genuinely includes them to befriend them. Rather than, of course there's the part of like, don't let them be alone, walk them home and all that. But it was, you don't have to like include them in the group, let them come to your hideout to hang out, to do all that. They just genuinely make good friends. And I think that's cool. Rather than stopping the killer directly, they just make them not good targets anymore. They know his MO and they just make him not appealing. It's really cool. And I think it's like episode 7 or 8. It's after the reset and after they save Kaya. He's talking to Hiromi, one of his friends who's also a victim. Or like one of the victims, and he's like, I just really want to be a hero. And Hiromi looks at him, he's like, dude, you're already a hero. You've saved Kaio, you saved me, technically. And just doing something about it makes you good. Just including us in the group, man. It was very sweet. I liked it. And yeah, it's about stopping the murders and solving a case, but ERASED is also just about being a good friend. You know, reaching out to those in need. Or at least that's the message I got from it. Anyway, that's it from me this week. Next week we'll be looking at Blood Blockade Battlefront, or Kekai Sensen, which can be streamed on Crunchyroll and I think Prime Video, but it said you need a Crunchyroll subscription, so it's kind of weird. I hate Amazon Prime. Until then, I'm a man who almost failed 5th grade because the work was too boring, and this has been ERASED. Thanks for watching.